to you about tribal dance. At first when I decided to do this, I was going to talk about all tribal dance, just a little. But as I started researching this, I decided that was way too broad of a topic, so I had to narrow it down some. So what I picked was Native American tribal dance and traditions. Part of the reason I chose this was because I am part Native American. What part? I don't know. I've just been told that by my mother, that we do have some in our background, but I've never actually researched it. In doing this research, I did learn a lot about Native American traditions that I did not know. One of the things that got me started on Native American traditions was the town I live in, Boonville, has a festival every year that is called Heritage Days. Well, part of Boonville's heritage has to do with Native American people. And so there was some tribal dancing going on one year, and I watched, and it was very interesting. They were all dressed in ritual clothing and everything else. They had teepees set up, they had some Indian or some Native American artifacts that you could view. And it seemed like each little thing, each station, each artifact, each piece of clothing had some kind of special symbol or special and unique ordinance to it. All of their dance and dresses and all of that stuff has some kind of special meaning to them. As you can see right here, I have pulled up some pictures off of the internet that just display some of the tribal clothes and everything that they use for their dances and their rituals. This is one from, I don't really know what year, but obviously you can tell it's in black and white, and so it's from earlier years. But I don't know if you can see right away, but pretty much the dress is the same, except that we have more vibrant colors nowadays than what they did back then. Could be because the picture's in black and white, this one, and these are in color. Might have something to do with it. But anyway, as you can see, not much has changed, but some things have changed. And even though some things have changed over the years, the traditions have not changed. They have changed very little, in fact. Every tradition has been passed down from generation to generation. Most of the times when things did change, it was because of tribal relocation. And most of the time, the Native Americans are seen in American clothing, except when they are doing tribal dances or ceremonies. Let's see, some of the tribal attire, as you can see, is feathers and headbands and things for their ankles and their wrists, their bands. They also have jingles, what they call jingles and bells. And I found that very interesting that they wear those. I thought it was just for some noise. But obviously, what I read was that it is used to awaken the spirits and to prepare them for communication with the gods. There are several different types of tribal dance and ceremonies, but I chose only two to talk about. One is the formal tribal dance, and it's called the rituals or the ceremony, or just the rituals, I'm sorry. And so the rituals consist of, well, I shouldn't say consist of, I don't know what all of them consist of, but the two I found most interesting were the sunrise dance and the sun dance. The sunrise dance is actually a dance for a young girl that's becoming a woman, basically, is what this dance is about. And they dance for 4 days. The girl is supposed to dance for the whole entire time, 100 songs or more. It is a dance of endurance, is basically what it is. So you can only imagine how hard it must be to dance for that long, because she is supposed to show her strength and her endurance. The ritual teaches things like tribal love, endurance, respect, among other things. So it really benefits the girl to go ahead and dance for as long as she can. The sun dance is very similar. It actually lasts for 4 days also, and it is also an endurance test. But the difference is, one of the differences is that men and women both get to dance for the tribal dance, but they also fast for the entire 4 days too. Let's see, I forgot where I did it. Oh, there are drums played in the rituals and the dances, and it is the life spirit of the tribe. It represents that. The informal dance is used for ceremonies, and the ceremonies were mostly performed because where the tribal nations lived were in more desert-like climates, and so they would perform these ceremonies for a rain dance, for a good harvest, for a bountiful crop, and just things that had to do with nature, because they don't have an organized form of religion, so therefore they used these dances and rituals and ceremonies as a way to communicate with the gods and show them their respect and their worship. Since the traditions have not changed all that much over the years, everything that you see now is pretty much the same. So it's what I saw back when I was in high school for Heritage Days. It's pretty much the same as it would be now. So all the dances are used for communication with the gods and with the spirits, and it is a dance to show life. It is just a dance of life, to show their life. Because of the research I have done, I have learned a lot, as I mentioned before, and I would challenge any of you, if you have a chance to see Native American dance or traditions or any of their artifacts, to go ahead and look at them, because it has left a lasting impression on me, and I think it will leave a lasting impression on you